This year, the Madison housing market hit historic highs, with the average price of a single-family home rising to pre-recession costs of nearly $250,000.
And according to the U.S. Census, the median home size across the country is just shy of 2,500 square feet. But as our Dannika Lewis found out, a growing number of people are going against the real estate norms, living in a fraction of the space for a fraction of the price.
It's your classic chicken or egg kind of question. What came first, a craze or a course?
It's a big deal. But where do you go and try a tiny home?
In a modest lot on Commercial Avenue, there are no celebrity renovators or house hunters. Just students and teachers like John Stefani.
Not a lot of people know that we're here. A lot of people know that you can come and learn to be a carpenter.
The Madison College construction program has been around for more than 30 years, and Stefani says they've been building a version of so-called tiny homes for a decade, long before reality TV caught on.
Really a great fit for what we do.
Quick and compact, but still requiring solid woodwork. A perfect teaching tool, but Stefani admits without the buzz behind smaller square footage, they weren't easy to get off the lot.
So what is it? It's not real estate, because it's not attached to the ground. It's essentially a giant durable good.
I would like to build my own tiny house.
Not quite as tiny as the shed he's working on. But Lucas Kichakowski is ready to give up a 2,600 square foot home for about a quarter of that space.
When the tiny house is complete, I'll park it there and then rent out the house.
Nixing a mortgage payment and adding an income sounds like a pretty good plan, especially when the average Dane County home costs $244,000. Once you get septic, electric, and water running to one of these, the total is less than half, about $110,000, with lower energy costs as well.
They'll spend a little extra money on the amenities in a house.
Because Stefani says for the modern young home buyer, size isn't as important as it used to be.
They're like, hey, I want a smaller house. I want just enough house to live in because it'll decrease my carbon footprint. They're really savvy that way.
Some of the class's tiny homes were sold to millennials, but others are going to retirees ready to downsize.
And their kids have all moved out, and they're living in a big house, and they're like, I don't need this anymore.
Most of the houses built now will go to the Garver Feed Mill property behind Ulbrich Gardens. Dozens of micro-lodges, all 200 to 600 square feet in size, will soon serve as a sort of tiny house motel where visitors can stay and test drive a smaller living space.
There's a need there, but they also saw an opportunity for lots of people to come and try tiny homes. It's a big movement, right?
A lot of people, I think that living in a tiny house is not realistic, but once they tour a tiny house and check it out, I think they realize that it's very possible.
And it's also very possible that we'll see these smaller lifestyles last, far past any trend.
So is it a fad? Yes, but I think it also was a sign of a movement towards downsizing in homes.
In Madison, Dannika Lewis, WISC News 3.
Kind of interesting, isn't it? Well, Stefani says buyers of these tiny homes tend to spend a little more on things like better countertops, nicer bathrooms, and more advanced kitchen appliances.
By the way, Madison College's construction and remodeling program is always looking for enrollees, and Stefani says students have good paying jobs right out of the one-year program.